Game itself, I think we made things difficult for ourselves. We made mistakes that were not supposed to be there, and the play against a team like Orlando Pirates, they wait for you to make those mistakes, and you make those mistakes, they punish you. The goals that we conceded, especially the first 3 goals, I think is a goals for us. I think we're supposed to do better, from those goals. That's why I say that, you make mistakes playing against a team like Orlando Pirates will punish you. After we made some changes, we started looking much better. We started competing, we started winning the ball, we started also playing. We could be able also to rotate the ball a bit better. Second half, we came strong. We said we still had a chance. We just needed 1 goal, then maybe if 1 goal comes, we'll be able to score the second one. And the boys showed character in the second half. I think we were much, much, much better. And even defense, second half, were much better, a bit organized, better organized than the way it was, first half. I think it was, we made so many errors in the first half that you make those mistakes, you never survive. You never survive. But second half, it was much, much, much better. That's why we managed to score those 2 goals. After scoring those 2 goals, time, of course, wasn't on our side, but we were still pushing, going forward. We knew that when you do that, it's obvious that you will be also opening on the other side. That's when they managed, to get their 4th goal. But I think we made things difficult for ourselves, in this game. Thank you.
More questions from the floor?
Thank you. John, how much was the changes borne up by frustration? Or was it sort of, a combination maybe of frustration and trying something new, or?
It was not something new. It was, I think, because we saw that we were very slow. We were very slow, then we realized that maybe because these players played, a few days ago, and remember they're a bit old as well, so that's why we had to try and make changes and immediately put, fresh legs, and I think it did work well, though, we did not get the points that we needed.
Next question. Behind you.
Hi, Coach.
Hi.
Have you ever made so many changes so early in a game? In the first half, you made 4, and would you say that was a statement now, maybe a message to some of the players?
Not really the statement, but I think we must understand, and also players must know that you can't wait until you get punched, then you start playing. You have to start the game well. We always emphasize that we have to start the game well. And we said, we warned them, we knew that Orlando Pirates will come very aggressively, so especially in the first 15-20 minutes of the game. And if you are not awake, we'll have a problem. And that problem, we saw it in the first half. The goals that we conceded, not happy with those goals, especially the 3 goals that we conceded. So it's not really a statement, but sometimes we try to make them aware. We have made substitution like that before. 4 or 5 players, we've done that before. Yes, not in the first half, in the second half. Thank you.
Joseph from Sports. Coach, I'm looking at the time that you start conceding these goals. The 4 subs that you made, they told us that they told me that you wanted to, even if you lose in a respectable way rather. Would you say, was this a 4-2 game, or was it a point where you said it's there for the taking, a 3-3 sort of, and looking at the changes that you made and the impact that you had was there?
Yeah, after scoring you mean after scoring the second goal?
Yeah.
Yeah, after scoring the second goal, you think that, hey, I think you got a chance. It takes a second for you to score a goal. We checked the time. Yes, time was not on our side, but anything can happen. It has happened before. We have managed to score so many goals in the last minute of the game, and we have seen also teams scoring last minute of the game. So, yeah, we thought that, for us, I think the fourth goal when it came, we had about 3 players on top. So, which means we wanted immediately win the ball, at least, play forward and try maybe you could get something. So, you risk, there are times whereby you risk, and like I said, the boys fought, especially, in the second half. Thank you.
Coach, obviously the way Pirates set up wasn't anything new. They've been using this formation and this tactical style for a few games now. So you like admitting that your team was poor in the first half an hour. But was it also a case of Pirates being incredibly good as well in the first?
Yes, of course they're good, but look at the goals that we analyze we conceded. I mean, we should not concede like that. That's why I'm saying we make things difficult for ourselves. We make so many mistakes against a team like they're good. It's a good team. Paris is a good team. There's no doubt about that. The way they're playing good football as well. But you make mistakes. You're even making things worse. You're making things worse. I mean, look, we managed to get back into the game. We scored 2 goals. So, which means we are capable also of doing well, but the things that we did not do right, and that's making so many mistakes, and so many mistakes in the area where, could be punished, and we got punished. Thank you.
Coach, Enes from Kiko. Coach, is it not frustrating you in terms of the new signings? You saw Zulu and then also King of during the tournament period. Is it not frustrating you that you're unable to register some of the players that you intend to use this season?
It's always, you feel that because after the last season, going to this season, there are areas that we wanted to reinforce, and if you cannot sign, of course, which means those areas still remain the same. And I think one of the positions that we wanted to reinforce it's in defense, and as a strike as well, finding maybe someone that can be able, maybe one midfielder or 2 midfielders that can be more like a core, in your team. But so if you don't have that chance of doing so, you have to work with whatever you have, and we'll get better and better. It's football, and we've got young players. I'm sure you have seen some of them today. You'll see them, going forward, that are hungry and they want to compete. And we hope that they come through.
Final 3 questions.
John, you've got a decent break now till next Friday, I think, against Stellenbosch.
Yes.
What are the plans and objectives for the next 7-8 days?
It's very important we play another friendly, because we want also the other players that did not take part, also did not play so many minutes, to have a friendly. Because another thing I can say, this is our sixth week. So it was like we're still in pre-season for us, because we started late, our pre-season. So this was like our 6th week. So, but we have seen so much improvement, although there are mistakes here and there, but there's so much improvement. So there are a couple of friendlies that we organize, before we play against Stellenbosch.
Evening, Coach.
Good
Morning, Tinkulu from Teta FM in the Val. Coach, I saw showing Mohaila playing deep today compared to playing as a winger. What was the change all about?
But we have used him as a when we play with 3, we have used him as a wing back. Even if we play 4, we have used him as a full back. So yes, but there are very few games that since I joined the team that I've used him as a winger. There are times, yes, I could use him as a, but not so many games, because sometimes today we played with 4, so we played him as a fullback, just like the previous game. But last season, whenever we play with 3, we still play him as a wing back, And as a wing back, he's more like a fullback because he still have to drop deep whenever we don't have the ball. And when we are in possession, we allow him to go. Yeah.
Final question. Nicky goes on the final question.
If I may be greedy.
Yes, you may.
A couple of youngsters came on, like Sitole down the left-hand side. Khalebe got a chance, although you took him off early. What's your opinion so far about some of these young players? Is there real potential there?
A lot, Max. Very, very, very interesting. You know, it's only that sometimes you, as a coach, you think that hey, if you put so many of them in the field, you don't know what to expect. So you try, you know, to introduce them slowly. But there's a great future. You'll see them playing most of this coming game. You see them, especially if we don't sign also players, which means it gives them a chance. It gives them a chance, you know, to play. But they are good boys. They are good players, and we have seen them even when we played like off-season games. You know, they show that they're hungry and they have so much potential, you know, to offer, you know, to South African football.
Thank you, Coach. On that note, we've come to the end of our press conference with Royal. We'll be back shortly with Orlando.